Here we go again. As a Canadian, I prefer to talk about politics in Canada because although our elections are over in Canada and the province of Ontario, we still have lots of things to discuss, like the Ontario government attempting to dismiss environmental protection built into resource extraction projects and the Western secessionists poking up their heads. We have some issues, but our greatest threat is still coming from south of the border. So here goes. On the important issue of borders, border control, immigration, and security, the Trump administration has shown ignorance, arrogance, and blatant racism. The ignorance is not understanding the role that immigrants play in the economy, in sectors like agriculture and the labor in the building trades. The arrogance is the lack of due process before illegally deporting people to foreign gulags, as well as the dehumanizing videos created by cabinet members in their effort to show toughness. These videos are horrible and they show weakness. They're not tough. These are despicable people. Racism underlies the ignorance and the arrogance, but it is also the wind that pushes the wave of action. The offer of sanctuary and citizenship to the group of South African farmers last week seals the racist deal. To be clear, South Africa is a country with a high rate of violent crime, but there is not a white genocide. A bit of research into the short history of South Africa provides any thinking person with an image of a country with a difficult past, a difficult present, and no easy answers to the future. But presently, there is no white genocide. So sanctuary for white people who are not actually facing genocide is the point of this. It's to show the white people that America should be a white land. And then you deport to certain death Afghani citizens who helped the American army in its war in Afghanistan. The deportation without due process for minors who are American citizens, but they're brown, they're not white. This is not strength or security. It's cruelty, it's weakness, and it's hatred. And it's all of those based on racism. The American public should demand better. When your government turns its back on allies and attacks its friends while consorting with dictators, you might concede that your president has lost the plot. Let's stick with the South African theme for a minute, and we'll pivot to Elon Musk. And while he was born in South Africa, his roots there are as shallow as the reason his family moved there. They were Nazi sympathizers from Canada who saw the benefit of the racist apartheid regime in South Africa. Understand this. I am Canadian by birth and by spirit, but my family tree has an African branch. The De Villiers from South Africa, the Steins from the Orange Free State. Google them. You'll see that the branch in my tree is a little deeper in its South African and Orange Free State roots than Musk could ever dream of. But we're not racists. My family has a difficult past in Africa, but my family today are not racists or Nazis. South Africa has issues. Believe me, no one in South Africa would give Musk the time of day or the power and responsibility that he's been given in the United States. Mr. Trump, he gave this madman the power to destroy the bureaucracy that serves the citizens in an effort to cut government spending. And the result has been an enormous increase in actual government spending and a steep decline in services, including health services, environmental protection, consumer protection, food security, veterans benefits, and health care for 9/11 responders. Could it get worse than that? It's abject failure. But what would you expect when you put the wealthiest man in the world and his group of young incel zealots to cut the federal labor force by as much as possible, knowing full well that none of them have the breadth or depth of experience and knowledge to change anything for good. And no one is asking them what they are doing with all of the personal data that they are collecting. What could go wrong? Just imagine. And at the same time, the House just passed the big, beautiful budget bill that is a blueprint for the largest redistribution of wealth in American history. A piece of trickle-up bullshit economics, if you will. Trillions of dollars in tax cuts for the top 1 or 2%, paid for by tax increases and service decreases for the bottom, and the destruction of social benefits, Medicare, Medicaid. Someone in the House or the Senate needs to stand up for the average American before there is no such thing. The average American is going to disappear. Good luck, America.